very well done.
Very.
In fact, that was an ice-cold reading. And you didn't stumble on one word. You got all of the emotional inflection correct. I was very impressed.
You got the job.
Yeah. Hired.
I'm used to being in front of a camera auditioning and not getting the job, so it's very encouraging. Thank you.
Well, you're hired. I can't pay you anything, but you got the job. Okay. So at first, I wasn't sure what the problem was going to be because it all sounded like she was very well balanced, had been on a journey of self-awareness, which I think is awesome and necessary. And at first I didn't know what could her question possibly be. She sounds like she has a good balance of understanding herself, yet staying open to learning new things. And, you know, then she finally got to it, which was, why is it not enough? And I feel tempted to throw the question right back at her to say, what do you mean it's not enough?
For who is it not enough?
Exactly.
I think that if you look at this from a marketing point of view, you've made the best product you can, which is yourself, but then you have to get that product out there to, you know, your audience. I know this is making something beautiful and soft, you know, into some sort of transaction, but you make the best thing you can, which is yourself, but then you have to market it correctly too, and I guess that's where we have to figure out what's going on.
Right. Well, saying that it's not enough, I mean, I can only speculate on what you mean, and perhaps what you're saying is, unless I come on strong, how do I let someone know that I'm interested? Or I can only guess that you're not meeting people that you're interested enough in. And that is going to be about what Callie just said. It's finding a forum, finding a place. Bars aren't normally it for you. It's not really it for a lot of people. And if it's becoming harder and harder online, I wonder if you've tried joining anything like a Match.com. Now, I know that people like to go into forums and bars, or whether it's online or in person, we like to sort of stumble upon each other in a happenstance kind of way. That's always feels more natural to us. But the world is a tremendous place, and the internet makes that place really small, and sort of gives us all one room we can walk into and meet each other. And I would say, try something like a Match.com. Your letter was very well written. I feel like I have a good idea of who I might be talking to if I were to write to you and write back to you, or who I might, you know, something. This really describes your core values very well. I would encourage you to take this very letter and go join a dating service to see if they have formulas where they might be able to match you up with someone who's looking for what you have to offer.
Yeah, and if you do a dating site, I would present the positives and not present questions like, you know, and why isn't this enough for people or anything. Just in terms of a dating site, people want to look at profiles of people who are really feeling confident and together and everything. So, and not that you're not, but I would present, you know, all the positive stuff you said without, I guess without, you know, putting negatives on yourself, like why am I not enough and this and that, because you are enough for the right person.
Yes. I guess I think that you're not feeling noticed because you're not presenting yourself in a loud enough way or in an obvious enough way. But to that I would say the people who are looking for the kind of person that you are will find you regardless, and they will overlook the more loud, obtrusive kinds of people who are coming onto them. And it's, you know, marketing has become a really loud world.
Well, the bar scene is very sexualized as well. I mean, most people in a bar, and I think in the back of their minds, they're thinking, you know, oh, maybe, you know, I'll meet somebody hot, or, you know, maybe that's just the bars I've hung out in or whatever, but bars are very sexualized scenes, so you're going to find everything is through a filter of heightened sexuality. If you want to focus on these values that you're talking about, you know, your core values, you might want to find activities where those values are brought more to the forefront, like volunteer work, a church group, or a non-religious group that meets, you know, and sort of does good works, or yoga, or, you know, something that brings those values into the forefront.
Excellent idea. Excellent. That's where those people are hanging out, and that's where you will notice each other.
Yeah.
Smarty pants.
And if you start with something like a hiking club or a bicycling club, you already start with something in common. The ice is broken.
Yeah.
And you know, it's not about let's hook up. It's about let's get to know each other.
Keep us posted. Let us know what happens. I'm gonna have you read. I like the way you read.
Oh.
I want Callie to read.
Well, I don't want to be a hog, but Cathy, hello. I'm a nanny who works in a very conservative, mainly Catholic community, and my bosses are very prominent people here. Everyone knows everyone's business. The thing is, I am a lesbian, and I have known this for years, but never really accepted it until the last year or so. I'm unsure if or whether I should come out or not, but I do not have any gay or lesbian friends here. But I've only hung out with gay people before I moved here for this job. And being a nanny, I could lose my job. It's happened before, and I love these kids as if they're my own. You know, or should I just stick it out until my job naturally ends when the youngest goes to elementary school in a couple of years? Please let me know which would be smarter in the long run.